Good morning everyone, welcome back. It's a bit of a grey day, but there's no threat of frost for the next 2 or 3 days, so I'm going to get on with repairing this archway. I've been putting it off because I didn't want any frost to get in it, into fresh water, so today's the day. Let's get on with it.
I'm just going to repot these house plants. Well, one's a tiger lily. I don't know if that's okay to go outside yet. I think it's a bit too cold. And the other one is my money tree, which has got a bit pot bound now. So it's gone a bit cold again. I thought I'd get outside and do these, but I don't think I'm going to stay out here too long. Yeah, it's quite root bound. So I think I'll keep it indoors until the weather gets a bit warmer. Fill that in there. So now I've got to find a bigger pot for this. The frost's got my 2 umbrella palms. Some of the stalks are still green, so I'm hoping that I'll get new shoots at the base still, but I'll have to remember to cover them up next year. I've got another one over here. And I can see some green shoots in there coming up. So I'll leave the dead bits a bit longer and then I'll cut them off when the weather's a bit warmer. And I've got 1 primrose here to plant, which the nurse gave me. So I'll put that in here for now. I want to weed all this bed along here. I'm going to have a bucket as well to put all these bits of rubble in. Pick them out as I go along. We're going to keep finding bits of rubble because this is where we dug up all the cement path. Sun's come out now. And that's my orange tree. I've got a pot in there. Unfortunately, a couple of the lavenders have died off, and my basil. so I'll have to grow some more. Hello, Baxter. Hello, Baxter. Good boy. Let's see how Rolls is getting on. I'm packing up now because the dog's told me it's tea time. Right, darling, how are you getting on?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I've just got to make a keystone for the middle of that, so...
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's just they haven't put any keystones in any of these, and the keystone is the arched bit, the triangular bit right in the middle.
Yeah.
They've just laid two bricks next to each other.
Yeah.
And so when the downward force is on it, there's nothing to stop it collapsing. Even though there's not a lot of weight above it, because there's a roof plate holding the roof up. I'm going to take a brick and try and get the angle grinder on it, and then cut it to this triangular shape. Okay. And then that's it. Hopefully that'll be it repaired.
Good. Then I can go and have a look in there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it might take 2 or 3 days before I'm brave enough to take the former down. Right, I've brought you to another one of the doorways along this stretch of building, and I've now put this section in, and I left the original section in what I'm repairing, in the door that I'm repairing. And I've reached the point where I'm in the middle now, and I have to get this keystone in. And so I've just shown you this as an example of what they've done on all these arches. They haven't put a keystone in. All they've done is, right in the centre here, they've put one brick and there'll be another brick behind it. And then every other one, they're putting them in sideways on. And so this is all that's holding this arch up. Now I can understand why they've done that. It's for cosmetic reasons, etc. But I don't know whether you can see this on camera, but this bottom one here has just dropped slightly. I can't move it, so it could have been that it dropped at the time of putting it in. But I've noticed on a couple of the arches now there is signs of a repair here, and so whilst there's not a lot of weight above because there's a lintel behind holding the roof up, it wants to collapse, and therefore that's why you need a keystone in. So what I've actually done, I'm in the middle of it now, I've actually taken a brick, one whole brick, and I've angled that way, and so I've created a triangular brick effectively. And then I've got a building block, you know, what we used to call breeze blocks, but it's a proper building block. And I've done the same to that. And because you can, from the inside, see this face as well, I've done another brick the same. So basically what I'm going to do is sandwich two triangular bricks either side of a building block that's all shaped to the keystone shape and mortared in. I've put this one in at the back and I've put the building block in. Now I'm just going to put this last piece in, so I'll take you back to that. But you know, I like this, it looks nice, but it's not really practical because even with nothing above it, an arch naturally wants to collapse. And so it really needs a keystone in the middle, so that's what I've done. Okay, well that's that done. I'm going to wait 2 or 3 days at least just to let it go right off. And I put a bit of cling film on this bottom one because I knew there was going to be a lot of mortar in there in between the blocks and whatever, and I didn't want it sticking where I've supported that, so that's the only reason that's there, in case you're wondering. So I'm going to clean the bricks off just to get any excess cement off from the edges and whatever, but I'll do that in a few days time, and then I'll be able to take this former off and hopefully it'll be alright. I may do that off camera. And of course once that's fully fixed and gone off, I'll be able to get in there and then I can get the tiles out of there so I can get on to the next job. Yeah, I'm happy with that, so good job. And I've got some mortar left and Suzie just wants me to fill in a little bit of a gap behind one of the steps, so I'm going to use that mortar and do that now. Right, I've done that. I've got a little bit left. This is a job I've been wanting to do for a while. I haven't got enough to do the whole job right now, but I'll certainly start the process of filling the gaps. We showed you this in a vlog quite a while ago. It's where the birds, they go to our water feeder and then come here and start pecking away. We always assumed it was for insects or something, but I think they're just picking away because they want the grit or something. I don't know. But anyway, there's quite a lot of pointing missing in places, so it needs to be sorted out. So I might as well use up what I've got and start that process.
I just filled the stones in the back of that step, and Rolls had some lime mortar left from the archway, so I got him to fill that in, so hopefully no more weeds in the back of there and it looks tidier. Job done.
well, that's all I've got at the moment. I don't think I'll bother mixing any more up at this stage, but I've got plenty of jobs coming up in the next few weeks where I'll need some mortar and lime mortar in particular, so I'll just keep coming back to it. Some of these bricks, as you can see, are pretty poor shape, but I may just fill with mortar, and then as you can see, it's got a render over the top. I wasn't particularly worried about the render. I quite like this sort of distraught, beaten up look actually, but once I've filled this, I'll take a view on it